This magic trick is expert level.
Ah, I see the future. And you're in front of an audience, wowing them with the trick I'm about to show you. Hi, I'm Ryan Oakes, and get ready because I'm about to teach you the even, uneven rope trick.
To print out step-by-step instructions for this project, please visit www.activitytv.tv.
Now, I know this looks like rope, but it's not. It's actually giant pieces of pasta. You see, I have a friend who's an Italian chef, and he recently taught me one of the tricks he uses in his restaurant. He told me that sometimes they make pasta that's different lengths. One day, he served a bowl of pasta to a customer, but it was sent back immediately. The customer said, "We like pasta that's all the same size. Can you fix it?" Sure enough, my friend the chef looked at the bowl, and there were indeed many different size pieces. There was a big one, a small one, and a medium-sized one. So, the chef said, "I'll fix your pasta. I'll make it all the same size." With that, he simply gathered the ends in his hands. And magically, all three instantly became the same size. Bon appetit, he says. Now, if you're one of the people who likes different sized pieces of pasta, don't worry. He can change it back just as easily. With a snap of his fingers, voila! They are back to their original sizes. That's the little one. That's the long one. And well, that is the medium-sized one. Now that you've seen me perform the trick, it's time to show you behind the scenes. Here's what you'll need to do. You'll first need to get the right size pieces of rope. Get some clothesline and spool off a fair amount of rope. Basically, this trick is all based in sleight of hand. It'll take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll have no problem. Now, you'll need to get the right size pieces of rope in order to perform this properly. Here's how you make the rope. Take some clothesline and first cut the medium-sized piece. I suggest making a piece about 2 to 2.5 feet long. That's just about perfect. After the medium-sized piece, you're going to make the long piece. In order to measure the long piece correctly, you'll take off a long piece and fold it over in half. This should now fit next to the medium-sized one, but leave about 3 or 4 inches left. So doubled over, it's the same size as the medium-sized one, minus 3 to 4 inches. Now you're going to make the small piece. For this piece, you need exactly the amount to make up the difference in the middle. So now you have 3 different sized pieces, which when arranged in this position, look like 3 equal pieces. Now the question is, how do you get these 3 pieces in this formation in your hand? Well, that's why you need a little sleight of hand. Now the secret in this trick is that when you're showing the 3 ropes, they're really not the same size. Really, you're showing the little piece and the big piece doubled over one another, but when held in your hand and the joint is masked, it looks like 3 equal pieces. So now the question is, how do you get those 3 like this in your hand? Well, that's where the sleight of hand comes in. In the beginning, you'll show the 3 separate pieces. If you remember from my story, I first showed the big one. Show the big one, then place it in your hand, leaving about 3 or 4 inches extending from your thumb and your first finger, just like so. You'll then take the smaller piece and show it. That's the small piece. You'll then place this on top of the big piece, making an X. Now comes what we call misdirection. When I reach for the middle-sized piece, I'm going to do the dirty work. Here's the dirty work. When I go to reach with the other piece, with my left hand, I toss this little bit over so that now they're linked through one another. If done properly and fast enough, it should now look as though nothing has changed, and it should still look as though you have a small one and a big one in your hand. Of course, if I take my hand away, you'll see that that's not the case at all. It's the long one looped over the small one. You're now prepared to do the magic. Bring the middle one up to the other hand as well. Line up all 3 ends, and then take your other loose hand and gather up the other 3 ends. 1, 2, and 3. You can now very fairly display all 3 ropes between your hands, and they still look completely uneven. Of course now, because of the loop, you're ready to make them all the same size. To do that, all you need to do is slowly pull apart your hands. Pretty easy, right? Just like that, all the ropes are now even. Show the ends up here, even. Show the ends down here, even. You can show the ropes and give them a pull. They don't stretch. Now don't forget, you need to keep your hand closed so that your audience doesn't see the dirty work. That's going to remain a secret in your hand. Now, in order to change the ropes back to the original sizes, all you need to do is gather it up in one hand. Wave your hand over, snap your fingers, and now reach in and simply remove piece by piece. It will automatically come undone. That's the middle piece. That's the small piece. And of course that is the long piece. So that's it. Pretty simple as long as you give it a little practice. I hope you've enjoyed learning the even, uneven ropes trick. I'm Ryan Oakes. Thanks for watching.
Want to continue the fun? Well, there's always more cool activities to check out on our website. Just visit www.activitytv.tv.
Made for on demand.